Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're zeroing in on something we all do, but maybe don't think too deeply about, the self-introduction.
Right. This seems so basic, but getting it right is kind of crucial.
Exactly. We've dug into a video transcript from Speak English with Class. It's from their English Leap podcast called Self-Introduction in English. And our mission for this deep dive is pretty straightforward.
Right.
Give you the tools, the understanding to introduce yourself confidently, effectively, basically in any situation.
Yeah, without getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We want to pull out the core stuff so you can, nail that first impression.
Which brings us to the why. The material we looked at really hammers home how much those first moments matter.
Oh, absolutely. A good intro makes you seem confident, friendly, approachable.
Yeah.
A bad one. Well,
Yeah, it can kind of have the opposite effect, unfortunately. So, okay, let's unpack that. Why is prepping this so important?
and the transcript points out it reduces anxiety, which makes total sense. If you kind of know what you're going to say.
You feel more confident, less likely to stumble.
Exactly. Plus, that whole first impression thing, the transcript talks about how a memorable intro can really leave a lasting positive mark. It's about seeming confident and clear right from the get-go.
Right. It sets the stage. So we're going to break this down step by step, just like the video did. Make it really easy for you to apply these ideas.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Let's kick things off with the very first part, the greeting. Seems simple, but
There are nuances, right? Formal versus informal.
totally. So for formal settings, think business meetings, that kind of thing, the video suggests sticking with hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, the key is matching the vibe of the situation. You want to sound respectful and, appropriate.
And the video makes a really important distinction about good night.
Oh, yeah. That's only for saying goodbye, right? Not for starting a chat.
Exactly. You don't want to accidentally end the conversation before it begins. So what about when things are more relaxed?
Well, then you can loosen up. The video mentions using things like hey, hi, or even what's up. It creates a friendlier, more casual feel.
Like the example, hey, it's great to meet you. Symbol, welcoming.
It's all about making the other person feel comfortable right away. Choosing the right greeting kind of sets that initial tone.
Okay, greetings covered. Next logical step, stating your name.
Right. And again, the video points out different ways depending on the setting.
Yeah, so casual spas, small groups, on your name, works great. Super straightforward. Like, hi, I'm Jennifer, nice to meet you.
Simple, effective. But if it's a bit more formal,
Then maybe my name is your name, or the contracted my name's your name. Adds just a touch more professionalism.
like the example, good afternoon, my name is Daniel, and it's a pleasure to be here. You can hear the difference.
Definitely. Now, what if you're speaking to a big crowd, like on a stage?
Yeah, the video suggests this is your name. For clarity, helps everyone know who's talking.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jennifer, and I'll be guiding you. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Ensures everyone catches the name.
And one more over the phone can be tricky.
Right. The suggestion is, hi, this is your name speaking. Avoids that awkward who is this moment.
Hello, this is Daniel speaking. How can I assist you today? Very clear, very professional.
So the takeaway here is tailor it. Think about the situation, the audience, the tone you want. Little tweaks matter.
Absolutely. Okay, what's next on the list? Age.
Yep, stating your age. The video gives a couple of options here, acknowledging it's kind of personal.
Right, you can be direct. I'm age years old. Or just I'm age like I'm 35 years old. Simple.
But not everyone wants to share their exact age, you know?
Totally understandable. So the video offers a more general approach. Phrases like, I'm in my late 20s, or I'm in my mid-30s.
Yeah, like, hello, I'm Jennifer, and I'm in my late 20s.
Yeah.
Gives a ballpark figure without the specific number.
So basically, choose what you're comfortable with. There's flexibility.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
your call. Okay, moving on to location. Where you're from.
This one can have a few layers too, right? Not just where you live now.
For sure. The simplest is just, I'm from location. Quick, easy. I'm from New York. Done.
But in international settings, sometimes nationality is helpful. I'm nationality, like I'm American. Gives context.
And the video also shows how to add a bit more personality. Like, I come from a small town in Italy. Adds a nice touch, a sense of journey.
Yeah, come from sounds a bit more narrative. Or you could emphasize your roots. I was born and raised in Chicago. Shows a strong connection.
What if you've moved around?
Good question. The video has examples for that. I was born in London but raised in Toronto. Explains a split upbringing.
Or past versus present. I grew up in Boston, but now live in San Francisco. Shows that journey.
And in a professional context, linking origin to where you're based now can be useful. I'm originally from Paris, but now based in Tokyo.
You can also add duration, right? Like how long you've been somewhere.
Yep. I've been living in New York for the past 5 years, gets more detail. Or if it's more recent, I've spent the last 2 years in Berlin.
Wow, lots of options there.
Yeah, the key again is context. Share what feels right and relevant for that particular conversation. Don't overshare, don't undershare. Find the balance.
Makes sense. Okay, qualifications and education. How does the video suggest handling that?
It keeps it pretty concise, generally. For casual intros, something simple like, I'm a marketing graduate works.
Quick, gives the gist.
But for more formal or professional situations, you might need more detail. I have a Bachelor of Arts in marketing. More specific, sounds more formal.
And what if you're still studying?
Then you could say something like, I'm currently taking a course in digital marketing. Shows you're actively learning.
So keep it brief, usually, but be ready to elaborate if needed, especially professionally.
Exactly. All right, let's talk jobs. Professional info position?
Yep.
Company.
Okay, how detailed should we get?
Depends again. Formal setting, maybe be specific. I work at XYZ Corporation in the marketing department. Clear company, clear department.
Or if the company's really well known.
You might just say, I work for XYZ Corporation. Kind of shorter if the name speaks for itself.
What about focusing on your role?
Definitely. I'm a project manager at XYZ Corporation. Puts the focus on what you do.
And if you want to be more general, maybe at a party or something?
You could just say, I work in sales. Broad field, less specific. Or if the title itself is important, I work as a deputy manager.
So lots of flexibility based on who you're talking to and how much work detail feels appropriate.
Precisely. Adapt to the situation. Now, closely related is experience.
Right. How many years you've been doing something? How do we phrase that?
Direct is good. I have 10 years of sales experience. Very clear.
Or you could say, I've worked in sales for 10 years. Slightly different emphasis, focusing on the duration.
Mm-hmm. And if you've switched fields, you can still mention past experience if it's relevant. I've worked in accounting for 3 years. Shows your background.
So highlight what's relevant to the current conversation or context.
That's the idea. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Family. How does the video suggest mentioning family?
It keeps it pretty simple, which feels right. You know, I have a brother and a sister. Basic, easy.
For a slightly broader view, we are a family of 5. Gives a sense of size without listing everyone.
You could also mention your place, like I'm one of 4 siblings,
And if you don't have siblings?
but I'm an only child. Straightforward.
So the takeaway seems to be, keep it light, share only what you're comfortable with, no need for deep family history in an intro.
Exactly. Okay, last component the video covers. Hobbies.
Ah, yeah, this is where you can add some personality, show what you enjoy outside work or study.
For sure. Simple is fine. I really like playing tennis. Shares an activity.
Or show a bit more passion. I'm a big fan of hiking, uses stronger language.
And if you're really into it, I'm a keen runner. Suggests dedication.
Yeah, it adds a nice personal touch. Helps find common ground with people too. Again, share as much or as little detail as feels right.
Okay, so we've walked through all the building blocks from the transcript. Greeting, name, age, location, education, job, experience, family, hobbies. Quite a list.
It is, but you don't use all of them every single time, right? You
Yeah.
pick and choose what's relevant.
Exactly. And the video really stresses one final crucial thing to make it all work.
Let me guess. Practice.
You got it? Practice, practice, practice. It's the key to making it feel natural and smooth.
Makes sense. You can't just read a script. It has to sound like you.
Right. And the video gives some concrete practice steps. First, actually write down your introduction. Use the bits we talked about that fit you.
Good idea. Gets it out of your head and onto paper, lets you tweak the wording.
Then practice it out loud. The video suggests using a mirror.
Uh-huh. So you can see your body language, your expressions, see if you look awkward or confident.
And the next step is maybe a bit uncomfortable, but super useful. Record yourself.
Ooh, yeah. Hearing yourself back can be revealing. You catch the ums and ahs, notice your pace, your tone.
Exactly. It's like getting an outside perspective. Now, the original video had this cool idea encouraging people to share their intros in the comments for feedback.
Right. We can't quite do that here, obviously.
No, but we can definitely encourage the spirit of that. Share your practiced intro with people you trust, friends, maybe colleagues.
Yeah, get some real feedback. Ask them, how did that sound? Was it clear, confident, that kind of thing?
Totally. It's about refining it based on how it actually lands with people.
Good advice.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive on the self-introduction, maybe a final thought for our listeners.
Yeah, take a second and think about all the different places in your life work, social events, meeting new people, where a really solid intro could make a difference.
How could applying these ideas maybe open some doors or just make those first interactions feel, I don't know, smoother, more connected?
And maybe think about what makes you unique. What little detail about your background or your interests could you weave in to make your introduction not just effective, but also memorable and genuinely you?
Yeah, that authenticity piece is key, isn't it? Making it sound like you, not just some generic formula.
Absolutely. That's where the real connection happens.